Paul, and thanks to this virtual view technology, I'm standing in the Windy City where it'll be sunny today, but tomorrow it'll be a different story. It'll be rainy and windy as rain moves in overnight and into tomorrow. So let's talk about the timing here. Starting out cloudy, getting stormy as we head into the overnight hours, and then Sunday, I think today is going to be the best day of the weekend. Sunday is going to be a soggy one for sure, as we'll see the rain moving on through, and then temperatures dropping as that cooler air will be moving in a bit. So we'll see temperatures down below freezing then. But right now we don't have an abundance of cold air associated with this front as it moves on in. So we have that moisture moving in, getting tapped in with that area of low pressure pulling it in off of the Atlantic. So we'll see those rain showers on the increase as we head through the rest of this holiday weekend into tomorrow. It looks like that is going to be the rainiest day of the weekend here across much of the Great Lakes and into the northeast. Not much cold air, like we said, and that's going to limit the potential for snow here this time around anyway. It looks like it's going to be widespread rain that's going to be moving on in and throughout the afternoon and into the overnight hours, moving through Indianapolis and through Chicago as we head into early Sunday morning. Cleveland seeing that widespread rain to start out your Sunday, and then into the northeast as we head into Sunday night and our Monday morning. So it is going to be a soggy end to this holiday weekend for many who are going to be traveling here, including here in Detroit, where the rain will be coming down gangbusters by the Central Plains, where places like St. Louis, it is going to be a very wet afternoon and evening as the rain starts making its way across many of our highways and byways. So heavy rain here across much of the nation's midsection as this pushes to the north and the east. So do be careful out there on the roadways as this rain will be coming widespread as we head through the rest of today. Now, today's mostly clear across the northeast. It'll be pretty smooth going here on the roadways, but as we head into tomorrow, things are going to be changing as this rain moves out of the south and up in your direction. Today, we'll see the heavy rain with ponding on the roadways, potentially in the Mississippi River Valley, stretching over into parts of southern Alabama and here across much of the Arklatex, Dallas, stretching on up in Oklahoma City. Watch that drive along Interstate 20. It could be a very wet one. It's for winter weather as we're going to see a series of western storms move in and bringing in that chance for that cold, snowy weather. So we're looking at the past 3 days having seen around 3 to 5 inches of snow here across much of the Intermountain West. And where you see the pink here, more like 5 to 8 inches in some of these higher elevations. And we have winter alerts in place, so be careful traveling out there on the roadways. We have winter storm warnings here across much of the Cascades and then western Montana. In the Missoula area, we have winter storm watches and a winter weather advisory there in Kalispell. So we're watching that snow, which will be on the increase today here, stretching from the Sierra over across northern Nevada and into Montana, and then that's moving across the Wasatch as we head through this evening and then early tomorrow. And then the next system starts to make its way in, rain along the coast, and then transitioning possibly even in Seattle, seeing a little bit of the snow working its way in to the area as we head through our early Monday. And then that pushes a little further east and south, so Medford could see some of that rain-snow mix as we head into our Monday afternoon. And then across the Wasatch into the Rockies we go as we see it push further east. And then another system kind of getting ready to move into the Pacific Northwest Tuesday night. So this is really going to be adding up in many of these locations across the Cascades. We'll see some 18 to 24 inches possibly here in the highest elevations, maybe a foot here in parts of Idaho, and then stretching down into the Wasatch, maybe 5 to 8 inches, same amounts there, maybe a foot in the highest elevation of the Rockies as we head into Tuesday early. So we'll see that rain still to come here along the coast as we head into the next 3 days, Paul. So people who have been waiting to do that Thanksgiving travel towards the end of the weekend and the beginning of the week, they're going to have to deal with some weather.
Yeah, but I tell you what, it's like Sunday though, but it's Saturday morning. Welcome to Weekend Recharge. I'm Paul Goodlow.
I'm Samantha Mohr on this long weekend, and of course, particularly the weekend after Thanksgiving, America's weekend depends on the weather.
All right, we had heavy lake effect snow last week. We also had early season snow in the west, but this weekend we're dealing with heavy rain across the
Will be, and this whole system is going to be impacting much of the eastern half of the nation as an area of low pressure, along with the associated front, push it to the east. A lot of moisture being pulled in off the Atlantic ahead of this front, so widespread rain expected. Good news for this time of year, it'll be mostly rain. There will be some snow on the back side of this as it moves on through, but for this time of year, at least it's good if it's going to be precip that it's mostly liquid and not frozen and icy on the roadways. So we won't have a ton of cold air with the system. That's going to limit our potential to see accumulating snow, but we'll definitely see that widespread rain, heavy at times here, moving into Indy and then to Chicago as we head into the early morning hours on our Sunday. Windy at times here too, particularly here on the South Shore, Lake Michigan. We could see those winds up around 40 miles per hour as the system moves on in. Cleveland seeing the widespread rain on our Sunday as well, stretching over to Erie and Buffalo. And then once we get in through the evening on our Sunday night and Monday morning, we could see some of that transition over to snow once the cooler air works its way in across the Northeast. So we'll continue to see Detroit's conditions go downhill as we head into Sunday. Get the things done today that you need to get done outside. Travel will be rough here across the Detroit area as we head through the day on our Sunday with heavy